Hello YouTube. So in this video, I'm going to review the Stanley 1890353 3/8 inch socket set. This is sort of a follow-up to the previous video in which I reviewed the Taparia CS3/8H. I'm going to review this and simultaneously compare this Stanley to this Taparia. Now with 3/8 sockets, you don't really have that many options. Taparia only has one option, the CS3/8, whereas Stanley has I think two or three 3/8 socket sets. And I'm citing good socket sets and obviously not considering those cheap quality, cheap Chinese ones, the 3/8 ones. There are few more brands in the 3/8 category by the name of Vertex, which is actually a good brand. I have few Vertex branded tools and they are at par with Taparia any day. Then you have Pro Tool and Top Tool and some other brands, similar brands, which honestly I don't have any first hand experience, so I'll not comment on that. Okay, onwards with the review. So this is Stanley's offering in the 3/8 category, goes by the number 189035, marketed as 24-piece 3/8 6-point socket set. So this is how you get it. Has a cardboard packaging over the box. Standard blow molded case with a huge Stanley logo on it. As per my knowledge, this seems to be the old Stanley logo. I don't know, I think pre 2010 or 2011. The month and year of import cites April 2017. So this being imported, I assume that this was manufactured way before 2017. Here it says made in China 2006, copyright 2006 Stanley Tools, and a URL stanleyworks.com, which is now stanleyblackanddecker.com. In 2010, Stanley became Stanley Black& Decker following a merger between Stanley and Black& Decker. Okay, now let's open this case. You have two plastic latches, says lift. There's no plastic pallet of any sort. The tool organizer is molded into the case, and I find that a good thing. You get in total 19 sockets from 6 mm all the way to 24 mm, which is 5 more than what Taparia offers. Taparia offers 14 sockets. These are 6-point sockets, by the way. Also, unlike the Taparia, which misses some sockets, skips some sockets, you don't skip anything with this Stanley. Of course, you do miss out on the spark plug socket, which I think Taparia's offering isn't thrilling either. They should have included a 16 mm instead of a 21 mm, or I think both in my opinion. When it comes to sockets in a set, I believe manufacturers should either provide the sockets in a complete order, the complete range, not missing anything, or they should just reduce the range. I mean, they reduce the range of sockets provided if cost becomes an issue. You see, you never know, you might need that 18 mm that is not included in the set, and honestly, that will just drive you insane. I've read it somewhere that it's a common tactic used by companies where they intentionally skip few sizes, and then if you want to buy the excluded socket out of need, they'll probably charge you a significant percent of the actual what the actual tool set costs. Other supplements in the tool set includes your mandatory 6-inch extension, 3-inch extension, a sliding T-bar, a universal joint. You don't get this flexible handle that is included in the Taparia and not in the Stanley. And finally, the ratchet wrench itself. This is a 87-934 chromonidium Stanley wrench. Has a plastic grip instead of the much preferred rubber grip like on the other wrenches by Stanley itself. Honest impressions, this does not feel good. Although the molding has provision for a grip, but this does not feel stable upon holding. They could have just completely done away with any grip, like on this other Stanley 3/8 wrench. This is also a 3/8 ratchet from the 89516 socket set. This is a Stanley 89-818 wrench. This Stanley is a snap ring sealed wrench, whereas this Taparia uses two Torx screws for the same. This does not affect the functionality of both in any way, this is just how they are built. To service or clean your Stanley wrench, you will have to pry out this snap ring, and for this Taparia, they are just two T20, I think T20 Torx screws. Now in my previous video, where I reviewed the Taparia 3/8, a viewer pointed out the absence of Torx bits, hex bits, or any bits for that matter. I think both Stanley and Taparia could have easily provided these, and Stanley actually has a kit with these included, the 46-piece 89516 socket set, which I shall review soon. See, the issue is When working on a car, or in my case say a motorcycle, it's not all your conventional nuts and bolts. You also encounter some, and this is a hex, some Phillips standard positive, whatnot. And I think for a newbie or for a starter who has just started with all these, and this one is his or her first tool set, so providing these accessories would could have made the set complete and made the job easier. And I know no toolkit is complete or fulfilled. There is always something missing. I've seen few viewers comment and ask what toolkit they should get for general maintenance and stuff. And truthfully speaking, this is a paradoxical question. Mark my words, there's always be situations where you will need a new tool anyway. See, for instance, you get started with your basic engine oil flush and change, like and chain cleaning, and then you gradually proceed to fork overhauling and then some electrical stuff, and then a complete engine rebuild and whatnot. So once you get started taking things in your hands, you started getting your hands greasy, you will never stop, believe me. And therefore, you will be needing more and more tools. But in this case, I think basic your bit set could have been provided. It's not much to ask anyway. There's also this reason that I reduce. I find 3/8 socket sets or 3/8 the 3/8 size to be the perfect one. I expect it to be an all-rounder. Hence, it should include all of the necessary things and all. Now, for the final head-to-head comparison, this Stanley and this Taparia are pretty much on the same level. For the Stanley, I like the inclusion of a complete range of sockets. I dislike the quality of the grip on this wrench. Also, a flexible handle and a spark plug socket is missing from the Stanley. For this Taparia, I really like this solid metal case. I dislike the exclusion of few sockets, and especially a 16 mm spark plug socket instead of this 21 mm. And finally, for both Stanley and Taparia, absence of a basic bit set is also a drawback. Now, coming to a factor which is of a high priority to us Indians, that is the price. The Taparia CS3/8H costs 2,775 as of December 2017. You can get this Taparia anywhere from rupees 2,000 to 2,500, very subjective to the place of purchase. Online, you can get one for rupees 2,200 from industrybuying.com to rupees 2,800 from Amazon and Flipkart, which is actually more than the MRP. Strange. But if you're buying locally and you know where you are looking, you can even get this one for less than 2,000 rupees. This Stanley 189035 costs rupees 3,304. Locally available for various prices. I think the lowest quotation I got was for 2,700 rupees. You can own one for 2,600 rupees from industrybuying.com to 2,700 rupees and 3,200 rupees from Amazon and Flipkart respectively. By the way, these prices are approximate and dynamic and may change by the end of this video. Then again, head to your nearest tool shop for a better deal. Ultimately, it's your decision to make which one suits you the best. I think I have covered every aspect for both these kits. If I must draw a conclusion, I think Stanley here provides a better package. They have the complete range of sockets from 6 mm to 24 mm, whereas Taparia skips a few and ends at 22 mm. Also, the quality, although made in China, it's not that bad. Stanley has a name to keep, and they have kept the quality up to some mark. Obviously, not up to the standards of Taparia, but still, I think it's a marginally better kit. The Stanley 189035 is a marginally better kit. So that's it for the review and comparison. For my next video, I have few ideas in my mind, like a comprehensive take on multimeters or a review of the 89516 socket set or something else. I haven't decided anything yet. So all I can say is stay tuned for what's coming. And yeah, I almost forgot. Thank you so much for 50 subscribers. This channel has finally achieved 50 subscribers. That's not a lot, but that's something. And as always, everything mentioned in this video is linked in the description box below. Have a pleasant week and thank you so much for watching. Namaskar.